They were confident. They thought they were winning. They were celebrating even before the results came out. And then they fell. They fell flat on their faces. Yes, we are talking about the Congress's humiliating defeat in the Haryana Assembly election. Hello, my name is Tejas and you're watching Lokmat Times. The Congress's shock defeat in Haryana has sent alarm bells ringing for the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance in Maharashtra. The MVA, which comprises of Congress, Shiv Sena Uddhav Sahib Thackeray and NCP Sharad Pawar, was also quite confident of its victory in the upcoming Maharashtra elections. Like Haryana, many surveys have also predicted victory for the MVA alliance. But now, things have changed. After the rude shock in Haryana, the MVA will need to regroup and make sure that they do not make the same mistakes the Congress did in the Haryana state. In this video, I will be talking about the 5 major takeaways from the Haryana election results which the Mahavikas Aghadi should take note of if it wants to win the Maharashtra Assembly elections. So let's start. The first major takeaway: do not use national narratives for state polls. Congress focused on national themes instead of addressing specific local concerns, leading to a disconnect with voters who prioritized regional issues. Issues like the constitution will be changed and there is threat to the reservations may have worked in the Lok Sabha election, but they may not necessarily work in state polls. Thus, the first takeaway for the MVA in Maharashtra is that they will need to focus on local issues and local factors to contest the elections. The second major takeaway is over-dependence on specific communities can hurt. Congress's strategy in Haryana heavily focused on appealing to Jat voters primarily through Bhupinder Singh Hooda, which alienated other crucial demographics like Dalits and non-Jat communities. The sidelining of Dalit leader Kumari Shelja and her supporters diminished Congress's appeal among Dalit voters, who felt marginalized. The Mahavikas Aghadi may have been hoping in Maharashtra that the Maratha quota agitation led by Manoj Jarange Patil, which helped it significantly in Lok Sabha polls, may also help it in upcoming state polls. But it also carries the risk of alienating non-Maratha, especially OBC and Dalit voters. So the MVA needs to make sure that it does not fall into the trap of hoping to consolidate one specific community like the Congress tried in Haryana and lose valuable votes of other communities. The third and important takeaway from Haryana election: don't take smaller parties lightly. Smaller parties significantly impacted Congress in the Haryana elections. Despite securing a strong vote share of 39.1%, Congress won only 37 out of 90 seats, primarily due to vote fragmentation caused by independent candidates and smaller parties. Analysis shows that Congress lost 17 assembly constituencies due to these spoiler candidates, including independents and parties like the Indian National Lok Dal and the Bahujan Samaj Party. This fragmentation made it harder for Congress to convert its votes into seats, especially in a more bipolar electoral landscape. Maharashtra too has a significant number of smaller parties like Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, MNS, AIMIM, BSP, AAP and others. Some of these parties have the same target segments of voters that the MVA parties have. If these parties succeed in denting even a smaller portion of the MVA votes, it may hurt the alliance in bipolar contests. Additionally, a third front is likely to be formed by Sambhaji Raje Chhatrapati, Bachchu Kadu and Raju Shetty. The MVA parties will need to take into consideration whether this coalition presents any actual threat instead of downplaying it completely. The fourth takeaway from Haryana election, which also makes very much sense in context of Maharashtra: give clear leadership face, that is, Chief Minister's face. Congress failed to give clarity on who will be the Chief Minister of Haryana if the party comes to power. The internal factionalism between Hooda Senior, Hooda Junior, Kumari Shelja and Randeep Singh Surjewala only made the matters worse, leaving voters confused about who will lead them if they vote for Congress. The BJP, on the other hand, had recently appointed Nayab Singh Saini as the state CM and went along with him as the face of the party, leaving no scope for speculation. In Maharashtra too, Uddhav Thackeray has been insisting on giving a leadership face to the MVA alliance ahead of the polls. However, both the Congress and NCP Sharad Pawar have avoided the issue by saying that the MVA is the face and no particular individual is the leader of the alliance. This strategy, however, is likely to fail if we consider the Haryana Assembly elections outcome. And the final takeaway from the Haryana polls for the MVA is avoid poor candidate selection. Internal factionalism and dominance of Huda faction resulted in Congress doling out majority of seats to Jat candidates. Huda's dominance also meant that people close to him were given tickets, ignoring those candidates who had a real chance of winning particular seats. Look at these seats of Ambala Cant. BJP veteran Anil Vij was contesting from this seat. Chitra Sarwara, a daughter of former Congress Minister Nirmal Singh, wanted to contest against Vij from this seat. However, Congress gave candidature to Parvinder Pal Pari. Sarwara decided to contest independent, which resulted in Congress suspending her from the party for 6 years for anti-party activities. Now when the results came, Chitra Sarwara almost gave Anil Vij run for money. Had it not been for the Congress candidate splitting votes, she would have defeated Anil Vij comprehensively. This is where candidate selection based on ground intelligence instead of leaders' personal biases matters. If the MVA wants to win in Maharashtra, it will need to avoid situations like the Sangli seat in Lok Sabha election where both parties locked horns over who will contest. Though Vishal Patil won as independent and gave support to Congress, the seat could have easily gone the other way. If the MVA wants to not fall like the Congress in Haryana, it will certainly need candidates who have winnability rather than proximity to leaders of their parties. That's all for today. Do let us know what you think about the takeaways from Congress's Haryana defeat for the MVA alliance in Maharashtra. Keep watching Lokmat Times for more such analysis.